Welcome back. Now joining me now is Lynde Hill. She's a registered psychologist, and this is a topic that's near and dear to me because I've had troubles with reading ever since I was really young, up until university, and even now, and I find that I constantly have to try to work a little harder to overcome it.
Right.
So we're talking dyslexia. What is dyslexia?
In its simplest definition, dyslexia is a reading learning disability. So people have problems with sounding out words, recognizing words, understanding what they're reading.
Yeah. And how is dyslexia diagnosed?
What we do is an intellectual assessment and an academic assessment. So we're looking for overall average skills, but maybe there's one or two areas that are kind of tripping the person up. And then we look at academics and see, is there really a weakness, and can we make the connection between the two?
And is this more so with literacy, or could it also include numerics as well?
It can to some extent, but with dyslexia, it's primarily reading or literacy, but then it also will affect things like spelling, right? Because we don't have that letter recognition. Maybe we've got some symbol reversals and that kind of thing. So,
And I noticed, at least with me, I have struggled with reading when I was really young. Does it develop with time, or can you, I guess, be diagnosed with dyslexia later on in life?
Either way, right? So lots of times we see kids maybe in their first, second year of school. Teachers are starting to be concerned, and so we might get some diagnoses happening then. And then lots of times we see adults coming to us and they've struggled all along, and we make that diagnosis for them.
Right. Yeah. And what are some of the signs?
Well, early on, it's things like slow language development, slow vocabulary, maybe lack of interest in stories and books. And then once kids get into school, it's more not making that connection between the symbols, the letters, and the sounds they make, or maybe consistent reading errors. Sometimes they can read, and you ask them a question about what they've read, and they just don't know. Yeah.
I know. At least I know for me growing up, I would hate to read out loud. Whenever a teacher would point me out, you have to read. I'm like, oh no, like not this time. How can you overcome something like this?
Yeah. Often, some of the strategies that we'll use are we'll back up the bus. So we'll go back to basics and we'll kind of reteach some of those early reading skills. But often, what we'll do is use technology, so some voice to text technology, or text to voice, so kids don't have to read it themselves, but rather the computer might read out loud what it is they're supposed to be reading.
And eventually that could help, I guess, not cure it, but make it a lot easier?
Yeah, it accommodates, really, is what it does. So it just kind of levels the playing field for them, and then they're able to show what it is they actually know.